Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be filming a get ready with me because I'm gonna be going out in like an hour plus, so I thought why not film myself putting my makeup on so we can all experience this together. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'm actually going out to like a skate fest. I think it's called like a skate fest. So this is just gonna be like, you know, skateboarders, and I think it's gonna be bands performing and stuff like that. And obviously it's gonna be happening outdoors, so I have to make sure that my face stays matte because y'all know my T-zone can get pretty oily if I don't control it. So I'm gonna start off with the Cover FX Mattifying Primer that I reviewed recently, so I will put the link in the cards up there if you want to check that out. So I'm just gonna be putting this on my T-zone area. I've been really enjoying this primer since I reviewed it to like keep my face matte, so I like to use more glowy foundation on top since this does keep my face matte, so I can get away with wearing a more dewy foundation, which I love. Okay, since this event is gonna be outdoors and it's gonna be really hot, so I am definitely gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, which is my favorite matte foundation that I mention in like every single video that I make. But I really love this foundation because it really does keep my face matte. So I like to go for this, especially when I'm, you know, going to go outdoors or needing my face to stay on for extended periods of time. So I'm definitely gonna go in with this today. But I don't want my face to be like too matte, so I'm gonna put another primer, like a glowy primer, so that it'll kind of balance it so I won't look too matte. So I'm going in with my L'Oreal Magic Lumi primer, just a standard like glowy illuminating kind of primer. So I really like this primer because it's not like super illuminating, like it just makes your face look naturally very dewy. I really don't know if you can tell on camera, there's a difference between the before and after, but I can because I can see there's like a sheen on my face, which I really like. So next I'm gonna go in with my handy dandy L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I use the shade 106 Sun Beige, though this is not a shade match for me. Like the shade 105 is a better match for me, but since I already bought this, I'm just gonna keep using it, and I'm almost out of it anyway. Like I'm probably down to my last couple uses of it, but I do have a backup of the shade 105, so I'm not too upset about that. Ooh, so I bought this sponge. Okay, backstory, I was kind of looking for a new sponge to buy because my one is kind of getting old. I need to get a new one. But then I went to this random ass supermarket in KL and I found this sponge in the supermarket. It was 8 flipping bucks. So I was like, you know what, why not? I'll try it. And it's really pretty. I don't know if you can see it. It's like this gray and white marble. I was like, I'm just gonna try it. And I'm surprised that it's actually not that bad, because usually if you buy these really cheapy sponges, when you rinse them underwater, they don't expand at all and they stay really like rock hard. But this one actually expands, which I'm so surprised by, and it's decently soft. It's nowhere near as soft as like the Real Technique sponge or the Brunette Beauty sponge that I love, but I don't know, it's okay in terms of softness. It's not as hard as other sponges I've tried before. So I'm actually quite impressed with this one. Obviously it's not like the best sponge ever or anything, but for 8 bucks, like, I'm down to use it. Oh yeah, I mentioned in a previous video that I found it hard to put on makeup with hijab on, so today I wore it like a different style. So my face is more exposed, so it's like easier for me to put on my makeup. And I'll just layer this foundation onto like the spots of my face where I have like blemishes and stuff like that, just because this foundation does build pretty well, and when it builds it does become more of like a full coverage foundation, so I don't have to go in with a concealer after this. And I like using my fingers to do this because using a sponge will kind of take away the coverage a bit. As we all know, sponges usually give a more sheer finish, like a more airbrush finish. So I like using my fingers to really like press in the product and make sure that coverage ain't going nowhere. Okay, that's looking good. So now I'm going in with my concealer, Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium. By the way, I'm wearing contact lenses right now and I hate wearing contact lenses because they're so uncomfortable to me. So if you randomly see my eyes like watering like it is now or going red throughout this video, you know why. I'll set my under eyes with the Rimmel Stay Matte Transparent Powder, which I've been using for years and I really like. I'm only setting the places that I put down concealer because every time I wear this L'Oreal foundation, I never find that it needs setting just because it's already so matte and it stays that way, so I don't need to set my face with powder anymore. Okay, now I'm moving on to the rest of my face. I honestly don't really know what kind of look I want to go for. Since my outfit is kind of like neutrally colors, I felt like going for a neutral look, which is probably what I'm gonna do today. So I think I'll start with my brows. I usually do my brows first. So I'll go in with my Colourpop Precision Brow Pencil. Just brush my brows up and fill them in. I was also thinking of doing like a get ready with me. Not really a get ready with me, more like a tutorial of how I do my makeup to go to work, because obviously in the mornings you're not really bothered to like spend an hour doing your makeup. So I usually get my makeup done in like 10-15 minutes and I think it looks pretty decent, so I was thinking maybe I'll do a video of that soon. Oh, and I also ordered the Fenty Beauty foundation and I'm so excited because I actually wanted to buy it like in stores when it first came out. I went to literally 3 different Sephora stores and they were all sold out of my shade. They were all sold out of like the first 20 shades easily, and all that was left were the darker shades. So I finally just decided to order it online off of Sephora's website and I'm still waiting for it to be delivered. It was supposed to be delivered yesterday, but like freaking Aramex, if you guys have ever used or had packages delivered using Aramex, like dude, their service is ridiculous. Because I've had packages delivered from them maybe like 4 or 5 times before, and literally every single time I'll check the tracking and they'll say it's out for delivery today, but they don't even deliver it that day. Like they'll deliver it the next day, which is so ridiculous. So I absolutely hate that. I wish they wouldn't do that and like get my hopes up that they're gonna deliver my package, because I'm just like waiting expectantly, listening to the doorbell, hoping that they'll come, and they don't, which is sad. I feel like this brow looks significantly better than this brow, which sucks, but what can you do? Brows are sisters, not twins, right? That's the saying. Okay, so I'm gonna set my brows with the Colourpop Brow Boss Gel. I'm actually really enjoying this recently, even though it doesn't like hold my brows amazingly well or anything. It's more just like a softer hold, but I don't really mind. I think I'll do the eyes first. Since we are going for a more neutral look, I'll just go in with the Modern Renaissance palette. It's like my go-to palette for like anything really. I love this palette so much. Okay, since this is a neutral look, I'll be going in with the shade Warm Taupe, just in my, what do you call it? Crease. I'm not doing anything fancy or anything. I just want a really simple look. And since I am going to like a skate fest, I thought, why not go with more of like a grungy kind of look? Nothing too neat or anything like that. So I'm just like throwing this really messily into my crease. So now I'm gonna go in with Cypress Umber, which is this really dark brown shade up here. By the way, I was using the brush that came with the palette, so I'm gonna use the other end now, which is like the more flat shader kind of end, and I'll just grab a little bit of that color because this is super pigmented. It's just a tiny bit, and I'm gonna like line my eyes with it and just smoke it out slightly. Yeah, I really like that look of like a really smoky liner recently because it's such an easy look to do, but it looks amazing. I think I'm also gonna like wing it out a little bit, just the tiniest little bit, just to create like almost like an illusion of a wing liner there. Yeah, that looks pretty sick. And I think I'll go in with the same shade on my lower lash line, but just very slightly. I'm really just using like the remnants of the shade that's left on the brush. I'm not even dipping into it anymore because I don't want the color to be too pigmented. Great, love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the shade Primavera, which is this really pretty golden shimmer shade. I'm just gonna use my pinky finger and just stick that in my inner corners. And I'm also gonna highlight my brow bone a bit with this as well. Cool. I actually really like this look right now. Dang, girl. Okay, and I'm gonna put on mascara. So I will curl my lashes. And I'll first go in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof, just because this stuff really holds a curl and I want my lashes to stay curled. Just putting this on the tips. I think I might also do a video about how to curl your lashes because I found like a really good method. I think I learned it from Wayne Goss, so I might do a video just like explaining how I keep my lashes curled for a really long time, especially since my lashes are really short and straight and sparse. Okay, so now I'm pretty much done with my eyes. I'm gonna go in with another coat of mascara later, but I'll wait for this coat to dry first. So I'll just move on with my next steps. I'm gonna go in with the Shade and Light contour palette by Kat Von D that I'm really enjoying right now. And my favorite shade to use out of the 3 contour shades is this middle one because I think it's just perfect for my skin tone. I actually like all 3, they all work for me, but this middle one is the best. I'm gonna go in with this fluffy brush, just like a dupe for the Real Techniques Metals brush that I bought on like AliExpress for a couple bucks. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with this middle shade to bronze my skin. This is why y'all don't buy brushes of AliExpress. See what I mean? It just gives like the most natural bronzy contour to the skin. I am really loving this palette right now. And I'm also going to go in with like a smaller little contour brush to contour my nose a bit. Cool. I don't think I'm gonna put any blush on because I feel like sometimes if I put on blush it's just a bit too much on my face and I look a bit too made up. I'm not really a fan of that look all the time. So I'll just go in with a highlight. I'm gonna go in with Prosecco Pop by Becca. This is like a limited edition palette that Jaclyn Hill and Becca came out with. It's not available anymore, but I think all the shades in here are available like separately. So I'm just using the shade Prosecco Pop today. Just highlighting my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, and bridge of my nose. I don't ever highlight the tip of my nose like a lot of YouTubers do because I already have quite like a big bulbous nose, so highlighting it will not do it any favors. So now I'm gonna go in with the second last step, which is lips. I have the perfect lipstick to use. I just got this. This is Velvet Vanity's liquid lipstick in the shade Cheap Thrills. I think it'll be perfect for this look because it's quite like a neutral taupey brown color. And since my look is quite neutral right now, I think that will go pretty well. I think that really complements this look really well. So I really like this look that I came up with, honestly. I think it looks pretty sick. So last but not least, I'm gonna set my face. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Photofocus setting spray, which I've been loving for like a year now. So yeah, that's my completed look. I hope you guys like it. I honestly feel like I'm one of those people that like can catfish people online, because if you look at my before, I look so different from when I have makeup, like a full face of makeup on. I'm not mad about it. I love the way that this makeup looks right now. I think it looks awesome and kind of grungy and kind of messy, but I still look done. I still look made up, which I do like. Okay, so I'm gonna go off to the skate fest now, watch some skateboarders and some bands, I don't know. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz, you know what to do. So I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.